It feels good. It feels really, really good to have the NFL back, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Maybe some of you are protesting the protesting, or maybe some of you are protesting the protesting of the protesting. I don't care. I need this. This is for Jeff. All right? No matter what, I can't just quit the NFL like that. So with NFL season now finally being here, one of the things I do every week, weekly pick videos. And why should you care? Maybe you shouldn't. But last year, picking straight up winners, I went 163 and 193. Winning percentage of like 63.7. So yeah, it doesn't make me a guru or an expert, but it is better than chance, better than 50-50 odds, meaning if you were betting straight up winners based off of me, you would have won some money. And against the spread last year, I was 147 and 106, winning percentage about 58.6%. So not spectacular, but again, if you would have taken all of my picks against the spread and went to Vegas, you would have ended up profiting. That's something, at least, isn't it? Isn't it? Nonetheless, that was last year. This year, looking to do bigger and better things, bigger and better picks. And as always, you are welcome to go against me in the comments section. And we'll keep track of it all year and make some fun out of this, shall we? All right, well, I got off to a rip-roaring start Thursday night, picking Atlanta minus the 1 over the Eagles. It was one of those things where the Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions. They're opening up at home. That's a really tough precedent to go against. But Atlanta was 5 yards away from making it happen. So let's not get too carried away here. Anyways, that was Thursday. I'm 0-1 picking straight up winners, 0-1 against the spread. So maybe that's a good harbinger for things to come. Because last year it felt like a few times when I missed the Thursday night game, the rest of the week went pretty well. When I got the Thursday night game right, the rest of the week went So we'll see. All right, let's start off with the Sunday early afternoon games. You got the Bills traveling to Baltimore to take on Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Boy, Nathan Peterman versus Joe Flacco. If you've got a thing for immobile white quarterbacks, then you've got to get your heart on for this. 9 points is a very big spread. I believe the Ravens will win, but give me Buffalo plus the 9. You got the Jaguars traveling as 2-point favorites to the Giants to take on the fighting Saquon Barkleys. I look at this game and, road games week 1. And honestly, when it comes to week 1, this is such an inexact science. It's so hard to pick these week 1 games because you're trying to go off of preseason and memories from last year, projecting what's coming up. In some ways we're right, some ways we're wrong. So who the hell knows? I'm going to pick the Giants to win. Give me the Giants plus the 2. Tampa Bay behind Ryan Fitzpatrick traveling to New Orleans to take on Drew Brees and the Saints. This feels like, in theory, one of the biggest slam dunk picks of the week with New Orleans over Tampa. 10.5 points, though, is a really big spread in week 1. So give me New Orleans to win, but give me Tampa to cover the 10.5. You've got Deshaun Watson. He's back. And the Texans traveled to New England to take on the Patriots. Hopefully this game is as close as a competitive one as the one was last year. New England, even in spite of that, is favored by 7 here. New England's not always the best in September. They tend to get better in like November and December. Early on in the year, sometimes they kind of struggle and try to figure things out. I think they'll win this game, but 7, again, is a pretty big spread. We don't really know what to expect out of the Texans with Watson, but I envision some decent things for them this year. Give me the Texans plus the 7 to cover. San Francisco travels to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. You got Jimmy Garoppolo. You've got Kirk Cousins. Oh, boy. So you think you could date a porn star? I'm kidding. Like, that should even have been a big thing with Garoppolo. Whoever wants to stick his dippity dip in should be his damn business. Nonetheless, enough about big-titty porn stars, and let's talk about football. It'll be interesting to see Garoppolo with a full season as the unquestioned starter in San Francisco. It'll also be interesting to see Kirk Cousins, new quarterback, new team, new talent around him, new system in Minnesota. Give me Minnesota to win. Give me San Francisco to cover the 7. You got the Titans traveling to the Dolphins. Give me Tennessee to win. Tennessee plus the 0.5 point. Cincinnati traveling to Indianapolis as 1-point underdogs to take on Andrew Luck of the Colts. Andrew Luck is back. I'm knocking over water bottles and everything. Hot diggity dog. The Colts are going to get so caught up in the good vibes and feelings here. They're going to win. Give me the Colts minus the 1. And the early afternoon special. My upset special of specials of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers, apparently sans Le'Veon Bell, traveling to Cleveland to take on the mighty, mighty skid marks, the Cleveland Browns. I think there are a lot of people that are really intrigued by this matchup. How are the Steelers going to respond without Le'Veon Bell? How are the Browns going to respond with some of the new faces they've got in new places on that roster coming off of that 0-16 season in this 1-31 stretch over the past 2 years? Look, last year the Browns were pretty competitive. What did they lose? 20-10 week 1 to the Steelers. That was with Deshaun Kaiser at quarterback in a far inferior roster. Now the Steelers are coming in without one of their biggest stars, one of the key cogs to their wheel. The Browns are better. You could argue the Steelers are not. The Steelers have a history of playing down to their opponents. The Steelers have a history, even though they've seemed to have owned the Browns in recent years. You know, the Browns at times can play these guys competitive. Fucking, in my opinion, not only will Cleveland cover the 4-point spread, but Cleveland's going to win! They're going to win! 0-16 no longer! After week 1, the Cleveland Browns will be 1-0 and tied for first place in the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens. How about them apples? And imagine if Steelers do lose week 1. Ooh, things get real interesting. But give me the Browns. And give me the Browns to cover as well. Sunday late afternoon action. You got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs traveling to the Chargers to take on Phillip Rivers and crew. I like the Chargers in this game, even without Joey Bosa, who will miss the game with a foot problem. Give me the Chargers minus the 3. Seattle travels to Denver to take on the Broncos. I realize Seattle's lost a lot this offseason in terms of the personnel on their roster. They still got Russell Wilson. The Denver Broncos, you don't really know what they've got in Case Keenum. Give me Seattle to cover the 2.5, and frankly, give me Seattle to win too. You got Washington traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Ooh, Alex Smith versus Sam Bradford. Yeah. Who gives a crap? Give me Arizona minus a 0.5 point. The featured Sunday late afternoon game is going to be the Cowboys traveling to Carolina to take on Cam Newton and the Panthers. This will be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to this one. Give me the Panthers minus the 2.5. Sunday night! But this is where it's really at. You got to back the Mac. Khalil Mack, baby. Believe that. The Chicago Bears travel to Green Bay to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers as 7.5-point underdogs. 7.5 points. It's an awful big spread here. There's just something about this. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's desperation. Maybe it's not wanting to get to the point of desperation. But not only are the Bears going to cover this 7.5-point spread, the Chicago Bears are going to go to Lambeau Field on Sunday night, and the Chicago Bears are going to walk out victorious on Sunday night. That's right, bitches. Give me the Bears to beat the Packers on Sunday night, damn it. Yeah! Woo! Khalil Mack! You got to back the Mac. Believe that, player. All right, then you got the Monday night action. Who gives a crap after Sunday night? You got the Jets, 7-point underdogs, taking on the Lions. Give me the Lions to win. Jets plus the 7, though. Sam Darnold could take them in there and be competitive that opening week. That could be one of those games. And when you get these opening week Monday night matchups, sometimes they can get really squirrely. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jets actually win this game. And then the late night matchup. Oh, this ought to be a doozy. The Rams traveling to Oakland as 4-point favorites to take on the John Grudens. Yeah, Gruden's done a great job with that team. Most teams try to accumulate good players, like the Rams try to get more good players. The Raiders try to get fewer of them. Give me the Rams minus the 4. So there's my picks for this week. Suck them up and enjoy them, fat boys. And then you can knock me in a couple of days when I'm probably way off ass wrong.